When I was a kid, I was convinced that school was just legal torture. I'm not a morning person at all. I'm more of a night owl. So waking up at the ass crack of dawn was just so horrible. I hated it, bro. Like, you had to be up at 6:30 or 6 o'clock depending on your commute. Then you had to get ready and drive your ass to school and learn for 8 long ass hours. On top of that, my parents didn't want to drive me to school. So as soon as I hit 12 years old, they're like, yeah, bro, you're going to have to take the train or the bus to school, or you're going to have to walk your happy ass. And before that, I lived maybe 2 or 3 blocks away from my school. So I was just walking anyway. My parents never had to like actually commute with me to school. And I fucking hated it. Knowing that I was going to do all this effort just to go to school to a place that I hated was not great. And then on top of that, you have to do homework, which fucking sucks. Like, you're telling me that I'm going to do homework after doing 8 hours of just random fucking bullshit and take it home and spend my free time doing whatever fucking ABCs bullshit math 1 2 3 bullshit. It's preposterous. I hated it. I fucking hated it. You don't even do that at a fucking job, bro. Like, if I'm an adult, could you, like, if you're someone who works on cars, do you take the car to your house? Like, no, it's fucking ridiculous, bro. I hated that shit. And then, God forbid, I asked my parents for help with homework, right? My dad never wanted to fucking help me with that shit. My mom was always making my dad help me because she didn't want to do it, right? So they're getting into arguments over who helps me with the homework. And then meantime, like, I'm smart. So I would end up doing the homework by myself. But I don't want to fucking do that shit by myself. Sometimes I don't understand the question. Sometimes I just don't know what to do or how to do it, or how to make my thoughts translate into something, right? It was fucking annoying. It was just causing trauma for no reason, bro. And on top of that, I was moving every 2 years. So up to this point, I've been to 16 different fucking schools, from PK to college. And making friends was, on one side, it was easy, right? Because I had to constantly make friends and meet new people. But on the flip side, it was hard to keep in contact with people that were on the other side of the fucking, city that I was in. So it was constantly just changing, and I couldn't really make permanent lasting relationships, right? I always felt like I was the friend that could be in any friend group because I didn't really belong in any friend group. Another thing is that the schools like really varied in their education. I went to public and private schools, and the private schools for the most part were really good in education, but the public schools were very hit or miss. So I was either getting a really good education with really smart people or I was in public school and there were gangbangers there and all this other crazy shit going on, people smoking weed. So it was a very, very mixed bag, and it was very inconsistent. And sometimes some schools like had like their sophomore and junior years flipped depending on where you were at. So like I would move to a school, and then I'd be with all the freaking seniors and juniors, and I'm like a freshman and sophomore, right? Or on the flip side, I'm a senior and a junior, and I'm with freshmen and sophomores. So it's like, it was just always confusing, and it was so annoying, bro. I felt like I was behind and ahead at the same time, and no one really knew how to fix that situation, so I felt lost. The grading system was also fucking crazy because, like, if you have an A or a B or a C, like in high school and college, it was by tens, right? So if you were from 100 to 90, that was an A, right? 89 to 70 or 89 to 80 was a B, etc., right? It was easy to memorize that. Well, with private school, it stopped at like eights, right, instead of doing tens. So you could do really well in one school and to be absolute trash in another, and you're having technically the same grade. So it was just fucking stupid, man. And I don't vibe with the whole grading system, right? Because we learn through trial and error. Failure is not something that you should be afraid of, but school naturally makes you afraid of it, right? It makes you not like that you got an F. Like, why the fuck do I only get one chance to do homework or to do a test? Like, why can't I just have an unlimited amount of chances? If I learn, then who cares? Almost no situation in your life are you ever going to get something correct on the first try, much less have it be perfect. So why the fuck is school having this grading system, bro? This is some old, like, Victorian era bullshit thinking, bro, that we're still doing to this day. It's so unnecessary. And then you put all these teenagers in the same fucking room together. Like, I was always distracted by the girls. I was I was always I didn't want to do fucking homework. I'm a hormonal teenager, bro. I don't give a flying fuck about a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? I didn't give a fuck about that. I cared that I had a crush on whatever fucking girl was there, right? And same thing with them. Like, it's like we're all socializing, trying to come of age and learn how to socialize with each other. And when you're in middle school and high school, you are at your absolute fucking worst, bro. You are a terrible human being. You don't know how to socialize. You're awkward, right? You probably smell or some shit. You don't know how to talk to the opposite sex. It's just, you're not you're not a good person, bro. You're trash. But what I did like about it was like the physical education aspect of it. So you could learn to like play with other boys or play with the girls, and like how to like, playing dodgeball together, playing basketball, or doing a pickup games or whatever, playing freeze tag, stuff like that. It's like I miss those days, because that's something that is important, right? Even as an adult, it's important to get out there and be active no matter what you do. And I feel like adult life is really lacking with that, right? We're all just on our asses, doing whatever office job that we're doing, unless you're like a construction worker or you have a gym membership. Like, you're not really out there being active, right? It's effort. It's not built into your fucking your routine. And then talking to adults, it's so obvious that like school just taught you how to memorize shit and then fill it out on a blank, on a piece of paper, instead of actually learning how to apply this stuff, right? Because I mean, take math, for example. Like, once they added letters to it, like, it should have been optional after that, right? 'Cause nobody's fucking using math. Nobody gives a fuck about math. Unless you're a math teacher or you're a physicist or some shit like that, you're not caring about the quadratic formula, right? You're not doing physics problems. You're not doing calculus. So, besides basic arithmetic, like, that was just so unnecessary. And I wish that the subjects that we were given were more flexible, right? Like, if you had a passion for cars and fixing cars, why can't you take a class for fixing cars, right? Or wood shop, right? Or building fucking swords, or learning plumbing, just things that like are practical in your day-to-day life, instead of some random fucking bullshit math formulas, right? Like, because don't get me wrong, I like math. I like calculus, or even music, right? It's like, who needs this shit? But at the same time, like, why did we learn the shit that we learned? Why can't we do things that are actually applicable to day-to-day life? Like how to apply to jobs, or how to socialize, right? How to apply, for more practical things. How to deal with breakups or heartbreak, or how to deal with grief. All these other things that like could have really benefited you in like the long run, bro. Instead, we did all that, like, oh, the mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. Like, who gives a flying fuck about this shit, bro? And again, I just want to reiterate, like, I'm the nerdy type. I love to learn. And, like, I'm into math. I'm into music. I'm all into these things, right? But for the most part, most people don't remember jack shit that they learned in school. So what was even the fucking point in the first place? People have their job, and outside of their job, they don't really do anything else that we learned in school. So what the fuck was the point? It was just so annoying, because I knew then that this is how it's going to be. That it didn't really prepare you for the real life. It just prepared you to do a job for 8 hours and be okay with having a third of your fucking day just gone for some random bullshit. And the thing is, most degrees are fucking worthless nowadays anyway, right? Like, going to college is asinine. It is preposterous. It is fucking ludicrous to go and sign up basically for a lifetime worth of debt to go learn and do some other bullshit jobs, and that you're not even making that much fucking money, bro. Most people in the US make $50K a year, maybe even less, and that's nothing. Everything is so fucking expensive now, bro. It's like, what are we doing? This system needs a fucking refresh. Like, AI is taking jobs left and fucking right, bro. Like, how we are absolutely fucking cooked, right? We are getting demolished by AI and all these rich ass motherfuckers, right? The system needs. I don't know how to fix it, man, but I know what we're doing isn't working. And again, like, I love to learn. I have read more books outside of school than I ever did in class, right? And it's because, like, now I don't feel hounded to do this shit. I don't feel pressured, and there isn't this monumental stakes like, oh, if you get one fucking wrong, you're gonna get an F on this fucking test, and then you're gonna have to take summer class. Da 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 da. Now it's like, hey, I can actually enjoy these books. Like, I reread The Great Gatsby, right? The fucking Grapes of Wrath and all these other books. I've been reading nonstop. Like, it's so wonderful how many books you can just read. And most people I know in my adult life don't even fucking read books. As soon as they're done with school, that shit is over. And I don't blame them, because school just made it suck. And I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, well, kids these days. But yeah, dude, kids these days really, really do fucking make it suck, man. All my friends that are teachers, they say that all the students are just so unruly, and they don't fucking respect the teacher. They don't respect the rules. They're disrespectful. They're always interrupting or doing whatever the fuck they want, and like, they're just being assholes. And it's like, what happened, bro? When I was in school, like, you would get fucking screamed at, your parents would get called, my parents would beat my ass. Like, what happened to that, man? Like, it's only gotten worse over time, and this is something that's like really crucial. It is crucial to our society, bro, and we're just doing fuck all about it. And I don't know what the solutions are, man, but this has to change. Another thing is this like zero tolerance policy, where, like, you know, bullies and the fucking victims get in trouble, right? And then if teachers want to clap back at the students, like, they can get their fucking job taken away because of these fucking faculty and these fucking parents. That's unfair, bro. You know, for all my teacher people out there, if you're a teacher, you are so underappreciated, and you're doing God's work. I have the utmost respect for you. It's a fucking war zone over there, and I hope you guys the best. But yeah, have a good one.